Hello, PKSI.
Hey, thank you for having me. So here we are. We're actually, we normally go live at 11 o'clock, so we're half an hour early. We're just switching things up today. So here we are at Radio Italiana for our fortnightly Pick a Local, Pick a Say show. We're talking about all things South Australian grown produce, what's in season, what you'll find filling the stores of your fruit and veg stores, and what our wonderful growers around South Australia are bringing to the markets for everyone.
I'm looking forward to learning all about it because I know nothing.
So,
teach me.
So let's first talk about 2 weeks ago we had the cherry auction, the annual cherry auction, and Marco was out there, out at the South Australian produce market, the wholesale market. I'm not sure if you heard, but we raised $100,000 for the brain tumor research.
Yeah, that's for one box of cherries, isn't it? $100,000.
Yeah, so it was a 5 kilogram box of cherries. So
how many cherries would that be?
Maybe like 100.
So $1,000 a cherry.
Yeah, you would think so. So $20,000 a kilo. So when you go into your local fruit and veg store and you see locally grown, amazing, beautiful South Australian cherries, and they're like, I don't know, $18 or $25 a kilo. Well, that's a bargain, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it is cherry season, and we always kick it off with the annual cherry auction. It's something that we do here in South Australia. They also just did one in Sydney on the weekend as well. They also raised $165,000 through that cherry auction and the ball that they have as well. So it's a great fundraiser, but it's just a really fun way to kick off the cherry season. Like let's tell everyone that it's cherry season without telling them it's cherry season. We'll hold an auction.
And where's the actual auction held?
So we held it out at our wholesale market out at Paraka. So Marco came along and did a live broadcast. So for anyone that was listening in when we did that, thank you for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. So the winner of that was actually Donna Mercurio from Beige Brothers, who's one of our wholesalers at the markets. They're 3 generations of wholesalers. We love that family. They're an extremely generous family. So she was crowned our Cherry Queen. And the interesting thing about that is we actually had a Cherry Queen last year as well, which was Christine Scousey, which the community here knows very well, the Scousey family. So she was a Cherry Queen last year. So to have back-to-back Cherry Queens, it's actually quite unheard of because it's traditionally a Cherry King.
Oh, I see. I'm not aware of this. I was thinking maybe it was just a new thing that's been implemented, a Cherry Queen.
Yes, no, the Cherry Queen is because we had a female that bid and won and got crowned. So it was really nice to see a female in the industry being crowned as a Cherry Queen as opposed to many, many years of Cherry Kings that we have had in the past. So yeah, it was an amazing event, back-to-back Cherry Queens, which was fantastic. Proceeds went to, they'll make a really big difference. The Brain Trauma Research Foundation is quite a small charity, so they don't attract a lot of the fundraising that everyone does and everything. And there's actually a surgeon here in Adelaide. His name's Dr. Adam Wells, and he was born in Adelaide and trained in neurosurgery in Adelaide as well. And so the Brain Trauma Research Foundation do a lot of work to keep him here in South Australia. So a lot of synergies between, we love supporting local talent. So to have that money going to like some equipment and some research that will help Dr. Adam Wells is amazing. So yeah, we were blown away. So, and our auctioneer, Luke Domingo from Glenelg First National, we were, before the auction started, I said to him, I don't know how we're going to go today. I think we're only going to get about 50,000. And our first bid came in at 50,000, and Luke looked at me and I went, yeah, I don't know what's going on here. And then when we got to 100, it was amazing. So yeah, so it is cherry season. It's a great time of year. Cherries mean Christmas. Do you love cherries?
Not me. I'm not into cherries, but my wife loves them, and we have a cherry tree in our front yard. It's a juvenile right now, so it's not producing yet, but in the years to come, it will give us many, maybe not $100,000 worth.
You never know.
No, you never know.
So yeah, so we're with the cherry season. The first picks come from the Riverland, and they're pretty well finished up now. Now we're seeing beautiful Adelaide Hills growing cherries. We have had a little bit of rain, which is not great for cherries. Last year, the cherry growers actually lost a massive amount of their crops because we had rain. And what the rain does is it actually, if it sits on the cherries and sits around, it can cause mildew or it can make them burst and split. So we really don't want that again, because last year there was a massive decrease. The year before, in 2022, we sold 2 million kilos of cherries here in South Australia.
South Australian grown?
South Australian grown. The farm gate was 2 million kilos, $21 million worth of produce. Last year it was only 1.3 million because so much got wiped out from the rain. So we really don't want that again. We've got our fingers and our toes crossed for our South Australian growers and hope that they have, a boomer crop this year.
Now, I'm from the Riverland. Whereabouts in the Riverland do they grow the cherries? Because I wasn't aware of that.
I don't know.
Ah.
I know the Riverland's a big area.
Right.
But yeah, there's definitely growers of it. That's where our first picks come. So they started coming through about middle of October.
Right.
So the exact location, I don't know.
Somewhere.
I thought someone from
Renmark. We'll just say Renmark. That will do.
Person might be able to tell me where they come from.
No. I just know oranges and apricots and grapes, but
yes, no, definitely.
and cherries.
And avocados as well in the
Really?
Riverland. Yeah.
Almonds, all sorts.
Almonds,
Kumquats.
Yeah, so much. It's a great growing region. So so that was our cherry auction. So thank you everyone that contributed, got involved. Make sure you head out and buy some cherries. So the next thing that we do, because you're new to our
I'm new,
show,
teach
so
me.
We're teaching you what's going on today. And there's been people that are watching on Facebook Live. We always have a giveaway that we do. Normally we bring in some beautiful produce, which I do, 90% of the time that I come in. But today's a little bit different. So there's an event that's happening at the Adelaide Showgrounds called Santa's Wonderland. I'm not sure if you're aware of what Santa's Wonderland is or if you've ever been before.
My children are a bit too old.
A bit too old.
Yeah.
So Santa's Wonderland is this event that happens at the Adelaide Showgrounds every year. It runs from I think it started on the 29th of November through until the 24th of December. You can go in there with the young kids. Santa's there. There's rides. There's ice skating. There's tobogganing. There's like all sorts of everything.
Traditional Australian snow-based winter activities.
There's oversized ornaments. There's big Christmas trees. There's all stuff that goes on there. So we've actually been supporting this event for the last, I want to say at least 3 years. And what they do is they have an activity trail. So when you go along, you can get a little booklet and go along to the activity trail. So what we did is we've teamed up with the amazing grower, Doug Nicol from Nicol's Carrots. And every year he gives us, not one, not two, but 15,000 South Australian grown carrots that we take along, that you can go along, take your child along, get the stamp and pick up a South Australian grown carrot so that when Santa comes along, his reindeers are getting fresh South Australian produce.
Oh, I thought it was for a nose for a snowman.
Well, I mean, you could do that. But this is a story we run with. It sounds so much better to be feeding Santa's reindeer this carrot that's been grown in South Australia by a South Australian grower. So it's a great event. People love it every year. So we've actually got a family pass. Now this is valued at up to $250. So you want to get on this. Take the grandkids.
Forget the box of cherries.
Yeah. So you can get up to 5 people into any session that you choose. So like I said, it's open till the 24th of December. We've got this family pass. It's got a special code on there. So what we're going to do is, the question for today is, what grower is supplying Santa's reindeer carrots this year? I did mention them a couple of times.
Didn't you? At least once.
You mentioned Doug Nicol and Nicol's Carrots.
Nicol's Carrots,
sure
yeah, you did.
So if you would like to win this family pass and take your family along to this amazing event, get some Nicol's Carrots, all you have to do is call in on 8340-7700 when we go to the song, and you can take the family pass home.
Okay, well, let's go to a break and we'll play that song and we will accept your calls.
Bye. And we are back.
We are back. Welcome back.
Congratulations. Chanel just rang up and won this prize. She was so excited. She's got 2 little kids. So we love that someone won. And it's someone different as well. So someone that doesn't normally listen in. But she said she loves the show. So thank you. We're glad that someone's listening to the show out there. And maybe it was because we're a half an hour later today that Chanel got to ring in.
Yes,
she was listening
perhaps.
as well. So congratulations. We love that. Enjoy your time at Santa's Wonderland, Chanel. Take some photos and tag Pick a Local Picker, so you know we would love to see you when you're down there. Okay, so we've talked about cherry auction, we've talked about Santa's Wonderland and the amazing carrots. So now it's time for us to talk about what's in season and filling the shelves at your local fruit and veg stores. Because I don't know if you know, because we're new here. When you buy in season, locally grown produce, it is going to be much cheaper when you get to the checkout.
Oh, yes.
So when you're buying things that are not in season, they're obviously having to come from interstate or from overseas.
Or
and so-
storage costs.
or storage costs, and so you're going to pay for that. You're not going to get as good a quality either. So if you want quality produce, it's going to last in your fridge. You want to be eating stuff that's nutritionally really good for you as well, then in season is the way to go. So in fruits, what are you going to be finding? Well, strawberry season has also started, and again, the rain has not been good for that. I was talking to one grower that said he lost about 50% of his
Wow.
yield last week. So we're hoping that that's beautiful sunshine today, and strawberries absolutely love the sunshine. So look out for South Australian grown strawberries in your local greengrocer. Make sure you're buying them, and let's support the growers. As we said before, the cherries are also now in season. So the weather backwards and forwards. One week we're good, the next week we're not. It's raining. I don't know what is going on with the weather. It's a little bit.
It's that
bipolar.
strange time of year where it can't make up its mind.
It is. Now, one thing that's interesting is, and I said this to Marco last time I was in, cherries actually come in lots of different varieties. So a lot of people will just think a cherry is a cherry. I thought a cherry was a cherry until I knew otherwise. So if you do know your varieties of cherries, people out there might like to know that the Samba variety is what's being picked up at the moment. So look for them. If you're after them, they're in season at the moment. Now, stone fruits continue really. It's summer fruit times. We've started the new season. 1st of December means we're in summer. I always put up a picture on my LinkedIn of our brand ambassador, Callum Han, has this board at his cooking school, and it's got all of the seasons, and it's got a list of all the produce that's in season. So I always whip out that photo.
Remind people
it's now summer, it's a new season. All that produce is what you can find. So stone fruits continue. So peaches, yellow and white. Now, do you have a preference? Do you know?
Probably the yellow.
The yellow?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what we're growing at home.
Yeah, all right. So what else are you growing in your front yard?
I haven't got enough time.
No, okay.
We've got about 7 different fruit
In
trees.
the front of the yard, not the back of the yard?
Oh, no, there's more in the back.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay then.
Figs, apricots. It's at the back.
Love that. So you're obviously good at growing stone fruit. So yeah, yellow and white peaches are available at the moment. Here's something different to do with your peaches. Try putting them on the barbecue. Slice them and just char them a little bit on the barbecue and heat them up.
And caramelize them a little bit.
Yeah. So next time, if you are doing a barbecue, got some people around, try some of that with your peaches. I'd recommend the yellow ones for that as well. Nectarines are also great stone fruits that are available at the moment. Great for eating, great for putting in your fruit salads. There are also savory salads that you can use your stone fruits in. So yeah, really the shelves, when you walk into your local fruit and veg, you're going to see a lot of stone fruits at the moment. And then in vegetables, the banana capsicum. Are you familiar
I've seen them
with this
around,
one?
yes.
Yeah, so they're a little bit smaller and they kind of look a little bit like a banana, but they're a capsicum or a pepper, if you like to call it that. Yeah. So shaped like a banana, a little bit sweeter, and they've just started being picked at the moment, so they're in good supply. As we said, carrots has to be in good supply at this time of year because what would Santa's reindeer need, so of course they're in good supply. Also just a great time of year to have them. You use them in your salads, cut them up into little fingers for dipping, for putting on your cheese platters. Great to roast, a bit of honey glaze on them for your Christmas table as well. Everyone has to have carrots, so why not have South Australian grown?
The best.
Absolutely. And now basil, I really love. There's a grower called Mark Rosso from Adelaide Hydrofresh who grows, I think, the best basil in Australia. I say it all the time. It just has this amazing smell to it. So really good, this time of year, have it with a bit of tomatoes, a bit of bocconcini, that always goes well. And the basil just really brings out the flavour of that produce as well. And you can also put it with sweet stuff as well. Strawberries and basil go together quite well as well.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure there must be a gin recipe that has basil in it as well.
There will be tonight when I get home.
There normally is.
It's called gin and basil.
Gin and basil. You'll have to try and let me know how it goes. Baby cucumbers in good supply at the moment. They're a really good on-the-go snack. Great for kids' lunch boxes. I know schools are wrapping up soon, but they're great for adults' lunch boxes as well. And baby spinach. We're all about the babies today. Great source of iron. So it's really good to have spinach in the fridge and just kind of chuck it into whatever you're cooking, because it's a really good source of iron, really nutritional, grown here in South Australia. So
Perfect.
yeah, plenty of options there. So that's what's filling the stores of your shelter, your fruit and veg. Look out for those things. Couple of other fun things that we've got going on at the moment. It's Christmas time, and that means that there's lots of Christmas pageants, there's carols.
All sorts of things happening in the community.
Yeah, there's plenty of things going on. We've got a bit of a Christmas party happening with Radio Italiana tonight. There's dinners, there's all sorts of things. We're out and about. So the guys up at Harndorf Fruit and Veg are actually in Mount Barker this weekend. There's a Mount Barker Christmas pageant. So if you're up in that area, or even if you're not in that area and are looking for something to do on Saturday morning, head up to Mount Barker. There'll be a Christmas pageant. Look out for the Harndorf Fruit and Veg truck, and you'll also find some of our mascots. So our mascots are called the Crunch Bunch. Have you heard of them?
No.
So we have Bro Broccoli, and we have Gidget the Strawberry, and so they're our beautiful fruit and veg mascots. They'll be walking, well, actually they won't be walking because it's quite a route, but they'll be on the back of the Harndorf truck. Hopefully it's not raining and not too hot, because it's very warm inside of those mascot outfits. So yeah, the poor lady that's going to be inside of them, waving to everyone as we go past. We'll be hoping it's not a really, really hot morning on Saturday morning. The other thing I wanted to mention as well is this week, the new edition of the Adelaide Dining magazine has just been published, and I'm really proud to say that Pickle Local Picker Say has got the centre spread of that magazine. I know.
Wow, prestigious.
I know. Didn't know we were getting the centre spread, but yeah, so it's a free magazine that goes out. It's situated in lots of restaurants and hotels around Adelaide. Has a 12-month lifespan, and the editor of that approached me and said, Penny, can you provide us a story about the amazing fresh produce that we have in South Australia? So we wrote this story, and it's in the middle of the magazine, and we're very, very proud. We had an event on Monday night at Mount Lofty House to launch the new magazine, and when I saw it there, it was a bit of a proud moment, actually.
And a nice surprise for you.
Yeah, because I didn't know it was centre. So if you see the Adelaide Dining magazine out and about, have a look at it and see if you can spot us. And so that's it for today. That's it. Find us, look for the red dot, look for Pick a Local, Pick a Say, follow us on Facebook. Thank you so much for filling in.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So next time we'll be back one more time before Christmas. Marco should be back, but if not, come and join us.
I'm here. I'm happy to do it.
Ciao. Thank you for having us. Thank you for listening in as well.